Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another tree that I wanted to share with all of you today in my backyard is the quincy. This quincy was grown from seeds. You can see here it is packed with beautiful white flower. These flowers are just starting to open up. They're just so beautiful. Every branches. I have flowers on every branches now. Last year it produces a few more. I think not last year but the year before I have a couple of fruits. Last year I have maybe a handful, and this year, since it's a bit more mature now, I'm expecting, as you can see, all the flowers right now, it's pink and white flowers. I'm expecting to have a whole lot more fruit this year. Here, behind the flower, or below the flower, you can see kind of a fruit forming already. So it looks like it has been, or have started to be pollinated already by the bees and the insects that are in the backyard. This one is pretty. You can see the outside covering of the flower. Wait, is it good? Okay, it is good. It's kind of a pinkish rosy in color there, that one, but it hasn't opened yet. But many of them has already opened. It's beautiful. Love the flower. I love the fruit. It has a astringent taste to it, but the sweetness in it somewhat helps balance the flavor for me. And it's one of those fruit that not too many people enjoy, like the apples or the oranges, but they will do for me. I did cut back this tree a little bit before the winter sets. Now it is in spring. Here's the point that I kind of break off or cut back a little, and there's other places too, right about there. But now it's spring and it's coming back to life. And again, this year I'm expecting much better fruit from this tree. So there it is, my quincy tree. And I would put this tree, again, most of my trees are roughly around the same age. This one I would probably say it's about 6 years old now. Sorry with all this guess about, oh, my tree is this age or about this age or that age. And yeah, it's kind of hard to keep track of everything here. I know I have written them down somewhere, but I don't always go back and look at their age and things like that. But most of the trees will start producing fruit roughly somewhere there between 5 to 8 years in general. And many of my trees are, like I said, roughly the same age. They were placed in my backyard roughly around the time during COVID, a year or two before, and we have been out of COVID for about 5-6 years now already. So that's why I made the statement that this tree is about 6 years old. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, 2 weeks later, look at all these weeds that are growing here. I want to get back to share an update of these quincy. About 2 weeks ago, which is a video that I put as before this update here, I've shared about the quincy, one of my favorite fruit tree. They are easy to grow, just like an apple. Basically, the quincy produce flower and fruit here in zone 9B around the same time as apples. You can see here the flower has already died back because it has been pollinated. Here you can see a little ball below that flower. That is a really good sign that the fruit is holding. However, I have in the past been quite excited because I've seen so many of them. As you can see here and here, just nearby, a few of them. But for the whole entire tree, you're like, wow, I'm going to have a really big harvest this year. However, I would caution you to not do that yet. Like apple tree, they don't always hold all of their fruits. I mean, be happy, be grateful with what you have. Enjoy the moment that you could possibly have a lot of fruit here, but don't expect that the tree will give you all the flowers, or the number of fruit based on the flowers, or the number of buds that you still see that are available right now, because they can drop, they can dry up. And then at the same time, if you look at all the flowers that are dying back, you can see this one right here. It didn't seem to take fruit. It didn't seem to be pollinated. So there's no, visible fruit development here, but you can still see a little fruit bud there in a way, but it doesn't seem to be bulging up and growing. So from my experience, this one will die back and drop first. But the ones that are bulging up or seem to be green and alive, like this one for example, those will probably not all going to survive. The ones that normally survive the dropping are these right here. This one looks really healthy. It has been pollinated first, so they don't all get pollinated at the same time. So the bigger one that I can see here are likely the ones that are going to survive and become fruit. However, with improper watering or the heat condition, some of them can also still dry up and die back. So if you're going to grow quincy in zone 9B, just be aware of that they don't all the flower bud and all of the fruit buds that are intact right now doesn't mean that you're going to have the entire tree is going to give you all of the fruit that you see at this point. And that is okay, because like a tree like mine, for example, is not going to be able to hold up all of these fruits. I actually sometimes on apple tree and things like that too, I sometimes have to come back and pick some of these off in order to allow the tree to breathe a little and provide nutrients, enough nutrients to all of the fruit. Here is one that you can see already that is already beginning to die back. So a lot of them will dry up like this one, for example, and then it will eventually drop. So again, this is the update about 2 weeks later after I did the previous video on or about Quincy in Zone 9B. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.